What's going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go over these items that sold and answer some questions from you guys in the last video. I didn't get to film a video on Monday. Or what day was that? Friday. I appreciate everybody's support on the post that I made about my mom's surgery. Big shout out to you guys. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys are doing well. How are sales going for you all? I got like 31 orders going out on eBay, like 5 going out on Poshmark. But before I get into those, I had a question from Lee, a guy in the UK that wants to buy labels with his eBay pending payouts instead of with his bank account. And so the question says, I wanted to ask if there is a way for postage to come off your eBay balance rather than paying with PayPal or a credit card. So that's how I do it. I use it coming off the payouts. So if you see right here, the shipping label format, directly underneath that is going to be an option that says pay with. Now right here it says your funds. I click that box, and right here so it says we'll deduct the amount of this transaction from your funds. Any balance that I don't have can then come out of my bank account. And then or either you can click right here for the PayPal or debit, whatever. So that's the way to do it, and you do this directly on a transaction. So I don't want to show this person's address, but essentially this is the item page when I'm going to buy the label, and here's my options, and you just scroll down to the bottom where it says additional options and then pay with, and you can change it there. So hopefully you guys have that over there in the UK, Lee. I'm not sure exactly how it's set up over there, but that would be how you would do it. And once you check that box, it should be like that just by default, because that's the method you've chosen. So hopefully that helps. If it does not, comment again in the next video or either message me on Instagram or something. So I'm gonna get into a couple more of these comments because I noticed that a lot of you guys like the value straight in the front of the video. Instead of me showing you guys what sold first, you guys like to hear what's actually working and what's not working in the business. And me personally, I like that too. I do watch what people are selling, but I'm here for information. I know what to sell. I need to know what's going on and what's going on with eBay and how it's going with other people as well. DR Ventura said, can you share a side-by-side net sales report for the last 6 months among your selling platforms? Many of us want to move more stuff from eBay to maybe Mercari. Mercari, I've only in the last, 2 months that I've been on Mercari, I've only sold like about $100. So side-by-side, there's no point in even trying to show you that. And on Poshmark, in the last 6 months, I've done about $13,000 to $14,000 total, whereas on eBay, I do that in a month. So if you're going to switch over to another platform, I'd recommend doing Poshmark first and then sprinkling in everything else. And I've been on Depop for 2 months and haven't made a sale where anyone actually paid for it yet. So I would do that one last. Let's see. What tape do you use for your boxes? Mine is falling off and driving me crazy. So I was using this tape from the dollar store, right? That stuff clearly ain't where it's at. So I started using eBay tape from my eBay store subscription, and this tape sticks. Like it's not giving me a problem at all. But all this stuff, this is all dollar store tape. I was using priority mail tape for a while. I've ran the gamut with the tape, guys. And the one thing I've noticed is the more you pay for the tape, the better it sticks. The less you pay for the tape, the less it doesn't stick. So don't be cheap on your boxes. Don't be cheap on your tape. That stuff lasts. It's like buying a good quality piece of clothing. Like the cheaper the item is, fast fashion and stuff like that, the more holes and stuff it'll get. Carhartt, you can tear it up, you can get like holes and scuffs and tears and all that, and it's still gonna last. So same thing with shipping supplies. Let's see, a lot of people commenting what they drink for coffee. Big shout out to all you guys. Thanks for everybody that actually answers the questions when I tell you guys to put stuff in the comment section. Big shout out to you guys. You guys are the reason why the channel grows. Your average Matt says, maybe selling different categories with a higher price per item. I sold 2 receivers that grossed me $400 and took me 30 minutes to pack. I've tried all that, guys. I've done the electronics, I've done the shoes, I've been an everything seller. That's how I started out. My whole first year and a half or so was an everything seller. I did not enjoy that. While sourcing was fun, storing all this stuff and packing things randomly, needing to go rush out the door and find a box, and running out of packing paper or running out of bubble wrap at the last minute, and then having to go to Lowe's and like buy extra, you know, expensive bubble wrap was just not what I enjoyed. Then you get returns on the stuff because it breaks in the mail. Then you got to, you know, $58 return shipping and all that. No, I'm not doing that. It's not for me. But the people that make a killing at it, that's awesome. I'm glad that people find something that they love to sell and they find a business that works for them. Selling clothing works for me. It's not hard. I mean, you know, it's a little bit more item specifics than other categories and still, but I don't have to test a shirt. I don't have to worry about a shirt breaking in the mail. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. And I could find a boatload of it. Like literally it's the easiest thing I could find. So it works for me. And I'm thankful for that. You got to do what works for you. You know what I mean? So let's see. One more comment. A comment from Taking Sports on the last video where I said that Averex. I don't know who told me or where I heard it from, but at some point or another, I thought I heard that he said Averex was Avero. Maybe it was a different brand that made me think of Averex, but this whole time I've been thinking I wasn't able to sell Averex, and he sells it all the time. So he messaged me, he told me that wasn't me that said that. He sells Averex all the time. So for anyone that I've ever said that to, you can sell Averex. So I got to figure out what brand that was and where I heard that at. Pretty sure it was him that told me something. I just don't know what he told me. It was over 2 years ago, guys. I can't remember everything, right? So many people get viraled over all types of stuff. It's like everything's not safe. But yeah, big shout out to Tech for correcting that, and that way you guys know too that you can pick it up. So yeah, let me jump into some of these sales, man. Show you guys what I got going out. So the total, let me show you the numbers. All right, we got 31 for $830 on eBay. Now let's check Poshmark. And then we got 4 on Poshmark for about $100. So not too bad for 4 items. So let's get to pulling these orders, guys. Show you guys what's going on. Now before I get into these sales with you guys, I want to discuss something that's really weird that's been happening last few weeks, man. Like the last 2 weeks, almost 3 now. Most of my items that have been selling have been old items. I don't know what's going on with that. Usually it's most of the items that I'm selling are the newer listings that I'm putting in. But literally every single one of these items that I'm getting ready to show you are a year old. I don't understand. I don't know why, but I'm thankful to be getting some old inventory out here. But it's also a little weird because they're all from the same time frame. You know, like it's not like, I don't know, guys. I just can't really explain it. But one of the bad things about that is I got 3 iNads last week, right? One iNad was for the collar. The lady said it was damaged because it wouldn't lay all the way down. Well, maybe it's because the shirt was folded up for over a year and you need to iron it first. But you know, whatever. I accepted the return. Another one was the lady said the color wasn't the right item because the color didn't match compared to the photo. That's an iNad. I can get that removed, but that's still an iNad. And then the other one I can't remember off the top of my head, but still, like, that's 3 iNads back to back to back in the same day. Like, I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. But sell more items. That's always the solution to fix it. Let's go over these sales. Now I got a Loft and Taylor shirt, women's small. It's like a, I don't know, just a basic striped t-shirt. Not something I would pick up again, and I don't recommend you would pick up. That sold for $10. The lady offered me $5 on it. I had it listed for $15. I declined the $5 offer, then she counted at $10, and I accepted that because I mean that's much more reasonable. Dang it. This Hollister shirt right here is a men's medium, just a basic Hollister tee, nothing fancy about it, just a little spell out on there. That sold for $8. Then we got a Las Vegas, Nevada sweatshirt, nothing special. I think it's on a Gildan tag. Men's small, that sold for a best offer of $11. Let's see, Eddie Bauer sweater. This is women's small. It's got like a hood on it and stuff too. That sold for $12.80 on a best offer. I got these Athleta sweatpants. They're kind of like tech pants, Athleta joggers. Women's small, those sell for a best offer of $17.60. Then I got this pair of We The Free jeans, plaid. I took a best offer on these as well. These are women's 27. I took a best offer of 15 for these. And then I got this vintage corduroy button-up Northwest Territory shirt. This is a men's large, and that sold for 25 bucks. Some of this Northwest Territory, and then there's another one, the Territory Ahead, can go for pretty good money if you get that stuff. Especially the more louder and vibrant the patterns are, the better they sell. So so I'm gonna get back into a couple more questions and comments from the viewers. Matthew Whelan says, dude, I'm loving your channel. Have you thought about diversifying into non-clothing items? I had my best sell today. Sold a tennis racket, restringing device that I paid $30 and sold it for $370 shipped. This goes back into what I was saying earlier. I've already done all that before. I mean, not a restringing tennis racket device, but I've sold plenty of clothing items that sell for $400, $500, $300. So just as rare as those items are to find in the hard goods category, because I mean, don't get me wrong, depending on where you source at, the hard goods are much easier to find. I live in a tiny town, guys. Everything I buy, I have to travel 2 hours to go get, right? Which isn't the problem. I'm used to that by now. But the thing is if I'm going 2 hours away already, right, I'm not going to be driving from thrift store to thrift store in St. Louis trying to find all these high dollar value electronic items or just, you know, rare items, right? I'm going to spend all my time focused at the bins where I can buy hundreds of items, and interspersed with those hundreds of items, there's going to be an item that sells for $100. There's going to be an item that may sell for $200. Those are much more rare, right? But they still do happen quite often where I find something that sells for $200 and up at the bins. Most of the time it's going to be about $150 is the top of the mid-range, with the high end being about $250, right? Now, the more rare occurrences of items are going to be like $400. That's about, you know, the max of stuff you can find at the bins, unless we get to talking like rare vintage grails, like band tees, wrestling tees, things like that. But it's nothing for me to find a $150 shirt at the bins. That happens quite frequently. So, and hoodies too, those come along at the bins quite often as well. So I'm pretty much content doing clothing, guys. Like, I'm not hurting for high dollar items, high ASP items. When it comes down to it, I just can't find a whole 9,000 store full of them. You know what I mean? I just got to keep on selling off this lower level stuff that I got until I fill my store back up with all high dollar items. Usually those items sell though, you know what I mean? So like, while I'm selling off these low tier items that you guys are seeing in these videos, I'm replacing them with the higher price items you guys see in these videos. So that's just the strategy. Grabs and Deal says, I started reselling back when eBay came on the scene. I opened my online store in 2018. I never experienced reselling to be how it is now. Not the greatest, and like you said, Mark, it's a lot of work. I even started listing on eBay, and as I told you in the past, I don't sell on that site. I went back. Selling today is much tougher than it was during the recession back in 2008. And I'm sure it was. Now it's a lot more competition. I don't help nothing with, you know, making videos about it. Other people that make videos about it don't help it none either. And I know that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm here trying to show people how to do this. I'm not doing this for like a big, gigantic YouTube paycheck. Trust me, it's not that impressive, guys. I'm doing this to help people make money. There's people out there struggling right now. I am a felon. I don't have very many great job opportunities available to me, so I have to make my own lane, which is why I love eBay so much. It took a person like me and gave me a chance to have a real future. You know what I mean? So I'm forever thankful for eBay, and I'm going to show other people that they can do eBay too, and that's why I make these videos. Are you buying Bo's inventory? I'm not buying Bo's inventory. Bo lives on the other side of the United States. In order to get that inventory, I'd have to like either get it shipped to me, which is ridiculous, or I'd have to drive over there with a gigantic box truck, which is even more ridiculous. So I'm not going to be the one Bo's inventory goes to. I think he's going to try and sell it off as much as he can over this year, and at the end of the year, whatever he's got left, he'll probably wholesale it off to somebody else or just donate it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really talked to him about that because it's none of my business what he's going to do with it. But I know he's moving on to better things, and that's really all that matters to me. I'm super supportive of whatever he does. So let's get into more of these items. Right here we got a Rams sweatshirt, vintage 2001 St. Louis Rams champions. Reebok. What size is that? I get those by the boatload. That is a men's 2XL, and it's sold for a best offer of $18.75. Living close to St. Louis, sourcing in St. Louis, you find a lot of Ram stuff, man. Even nowadays, now that they haven't even been there. Collard green shirt. I don't know what collard greens is. It's like some type of country something, American made t-shirt. Men's 2XL, sold for 13 bucks. Zara button-up shirt dress with pockets on it. Women's large, sold for 10 bucks. We got this vintage slingshot shirt. It's some type of theme park in Florida. Sold for 12 bucks. That's a men's extra large. Got stains and all types of crap on it. This is a, what we got here? Old Navy sweatshirt. Women's large. Got some gray with flowers on it. That sold for $12. Got this stadium giveaway quarter zip St. Louis Cardinals jersey type looking shirt thing. That's a men's extra large, and it sold for 20 bucks. Then we got vintage Gap jeans. These are like the flare leg low rise Gap jeans. I found like 6 pairs of those in the same bin. There's women's size 10. I think that might be close to the last one. That sold for 25 bucks. In an unrelated note to reselling, I watched the Fast and Furious 10 movie last night. Bro, straight garbage. I'm thinking they need to cut it out, man. The movies are starting to get unrealistic. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section if you've watched it and if you thought it was just a little too over the top. Like the gigantic ball rolling down the street. Like that thing would have stopped 20 different times. Instead, it's rolling in a straight line directly down the street. Like a little bit totally unbelievable now. So I just don't know. I don't know why they keep going, man. But people keep watching it, I guess. So we got some more items that all sold. These are all newer items. These all sold. They were listed around the same time frame. So it's weird, man. Old stuff selling about a year ago, and then recent listings are selling like crazy. So this is a vintage Old Navy sweatshirt. This person bought 2 items. I don't know what their second item is because they paid separately. This is a men's extra large, sold for a best offer of 20 bucks. Then we got this Sherwin-Williams painter's tee. Just, you know, an employee shirt. Men's large, that sold for 20 bucks on a best offer. Then we got a vintage Russell athletic shirt. This has been bought and returned before. I don't know what it sold for the last time. This time it sold for 12 bucks, and it is a men's large. Took an offer on that too. Took an offer on this as well, Lake Forest College hoodie. This is a women's hoodie, medium, and it sold for $15.68. Weird offer, but whatever. Columbia flannel, women's medium, sold for $12. Old Navy jeans, men's size 36. Those sold for 25 bucks. Levi's jeans, men's 505. Those sold for 40 bucks. Yeah, let me get the rest of these items real quick, guys. How many of you guys are like really thrilled about tax season being like right now? I know I'm not. I'm definitely not looking forward to it. And I got a CPA who does all my taxes for me, guys, and it makes it super easy. And I'm still not looking forward to it, man. But at the end of the day, this is part of the business. That's what we signed up to do. No matter how not fun it is, we still have to report that to Uncle Sam, man, because that dude ain't playing. So I use a spreadsheet from Cheryl Miller at Simplified Accounting. It tracks all your numbers, all the stuff you will need to report to do your taxes. It's on that spreadsheet. So if you guys want to check that out, it's how I keep track of all my numbers. It's how I keep track of my mileage, my business expenses, what I spent on inventory. It gives me a running cost of goods for the whole year. It's what I track all my revenue streams on. I track Poshmark on there as well. And I think it just makes it real easy for me. I don't have to write anything down by hand. I don't have to track, went to this Goodwill store. I bought one pair of Levi's, 35, 32 or whatever for $12. bought one Old Navy t-shirt for $5. I don't have to do it like that. It's just I went to Goodwill, spent $150 on 20 items. Boom, you put that in the spreadsheet. You don't have to do an individual line by line accounting for each sale. Makes it easy, but like I said, there's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. It's Simplified Accounting Workbook. There's also you can buy just the cost of goods calculator. You can buy, there's individualized things, but I use the workbook. It tracks everything. Why not just buy the max that I can, you know, and use the best product that she has on there. So check that out in the link down below, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear the water in these water pipes. I guess that's what happens when you guys rent from the same landlord. You kind of got to deal with, they got to hear me down here talking to you guys on camera, so I got to hear them running water upstairs. Got these Calvin Klein jeans right here. These are vintage, size 31, sold for $19 on a best offer. Then we got this, what is this? Polo Ralph Lauren, like kind of sweat shorts. Those are 2X big, sold for a best offer of $20. Got these American Eagle, I don't know if these are cargo. No, these are pants, just khaki pants. Men's 33/30, sold for $25. Then we got this super dope, sweet bird sitting on fences with a little bunny rabbit. Check him out. I don't know what this is. It's got shoulder pads. Tell me that ain't vintage. It's a men's medium and it sold for a best offer of $18, but it's got a lot of stains on it, guys. So I just took the offer. I wasn't even gonna fight the person. I'm trying to get a better deal on it. This is a Real Tree shirt, men's extra large. Or actually, it's a boy's extra large. I'm sorry, and that sold for $11. Got these Gap khakis. Those were women's 00. Took forever to sell. They sold for $14.40. Got this AT&T employee jacket. This did sell. Took quite a while to sell, surprisingly, but it sold for $30, and that's a men's large. And we got this Starter fleece. I don't recommend picking up Starter. I got this in a storage unit buyout. It just came with it, and that was a men's large, and it sold for $8. Not a great sell. Then we got these vintage hats. Got this vintage, what brand is this? Bronner hunting cap. That sold for $18. And then I got this Phillips 66 hat, sold for $12. So that's all the eBay sales. Pretty decent for eBay for one day. Then I got this best offer from this guy on this Clipper Cardinals shirt. It's like a knockoff of the St. Louis Cardinals shirt. He's offered me $13. The shirt is listed for $20. He did ask me to open the package and check the message, or check the measurement for the length. I take photos of the measurements, but for some reason, sometimes eBay has a glitch when they load the photos in, and out of all the photos, this length measurement was glitched out and the buyer couldn't see it, nor could I on my end. So I went and opened up the package. The rare time that I open the package and somebody actually buys the item, so I'm accepting the offer simply because he's trying to buy the item. Most of the time when I open a package up and I get the information the buyer wants, they never buy the item. So I got tired of doing that, so I just started telling people that the items are sealed and it's not something that I can do, is to open the package up. But you know, I'm already here, so I just checked the measurement for the guy, and so yeah, I'll accept that sell. Now I'm going to get to the 4 Poshmark orders. A couple of good items going on over there on Poshmark, but you guys know that I've been using Vendoo to cross-list my items. You guys can use Vendoo. There's a 25% off discount code down below in the description. I make about $1,000 minimum profit on Poshmark every month, and then like a few little sales here and there starting to come through on Mercari, so I'm thankful for that. I feel like when I get a bigger store, I've only got 400 items on Mercari right now. I feel like when the store gets bigger over there, I'll get a little bit more traction. But auto D-list really comes in handy for me, so that's the reason why I even start cross-listing in the first place. So you guys should check that out, see if you guys have the same success that I have over there. A lot of people killing it, doing better than I am over there. So, you know, to each their own. Everybody gets different results. Okay, turns out I had to cancel 2 of those Poshmark orders because they had already sold on eBay, and Vendoo won't cancel a what is it called? Vendu won't cancel a listing if there's an open offer out on it. So that's one thing I got to get more diligent about, is going into my Vendu. You can sort it by sold but still listed, and it'll tell you all the items that are still listed even though they've already sold. And I've only been doing that nowhere near as often as I'm supposed to, and that's how I had to cancel 2 orders. But I do got this Sons of Anarchy hoodie going out for 20 bucks. That's a men's large. And I got this Crown Candy from St. Louis. All my St. Louis people that watch this, if you're from St. Louis, you know about Crown Candy. This is a medium, and it's going out for a Valentine's Day present for somebody. So I don't know who wants a Crown Candy sweatshirt for a Valentine's Day present, but big shout out to you guys. That is a $25 sale right there, going right back to where I got it from. So hopefully you guys learn a thing or two. What you need to learn is go through your Vendu and check sold but not sold but not listed. That's what you need to check. But yeah guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys learned something good. That's gonna do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.